fresh dose of tech news and insight. This is the early Birb Briefing. Square CEO refuses to learn. It is Tuesday, January 3rd, 2023. This is the early Birb Briefing. I'm Eagle Falcon. We're just going to all do this in one take. Just because I want to get this actually up on YouTube as well. But today's episode is brought to you by HelloFresh. If you want to go ahead and try to start this new year off right, help enhance your cooking abilities, maybe you've been eating out a bit too much, I got a deal for you. If you go over to my link, strms.net/HelloFresh_EagleFalcon, you can get 21 meals plus free shipping, all for free. You get the free shipping for free. Or use my code POGHF18278. I know, it just rolls off the tongue, right? But all of that will be conveniently in the description of the podcast or YouTube video down below. All right, first things first. We've actually got an update on the Microsoft and FTC situation. For those of you who don't know, the FTC has interfered with Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard. Basically, they're trying to block the deal. The pre-trial for this all is starting today. What it's going to really come down to, I think this is how it's going to end. I think if Activision Blizzard wants this deal to go through, they are going to have to sell off a chunk of themselves to Sony. That's usually how these sort of things end up going down. But we will have to wait and see how this all goes. It is still developing after all. That is just my prediction on how this story is going to go down. CES is on the go right now. It is actually starting today. There wasn't a whole lot of pre-CES news, at least not that I saw. One thing that did come up, however, was from Engadget. It is actually the Samsung wall oven that lets you stream a video feed of what's going on in the oven. I don't know what the use case is for this oven, but I am far more intrigued than I should be. Maybe you just go ahead and set a bunch of these up and start up a very interesting YouTube channel. I don't know. I assume the whole point of it is, in fact, so you can monitor what's going on in the oven from another room to make sure your stuff isn't burning or anything of that regard, but this seems like a novelty that no one asked for. Maybe someone else is going to come up with a better idea than mine. I have no idea. But you want to know why I love CES? The reason I love the Consumer Electronics Show is because we get to see things that are like very sci-fi and see how close we are to making them reality, such as with German Bionic, debuting its next lightest powered exosuit. And it just looks like a safety vest. At least that's what we're seeing right. Oh, no, never mind. There's a huge back mechanism to it. I'm not sure what to think about this. But it is just kind of the weird, the wacky, the quirky. It's all the things we love about CES that just ends up happening. The concept of this is that it will offset up to, they're saying, quote, 66 pounds of load to the user's lower back as they're lifting to help assist reducing fatigue. That's what I need right now. Just go ahead and just prolong my already ruined back after pushing myself so hard over the years. What can you do? What can you do? All right, let's get to the main topic here. The one that everyone's actually here for. The one that actually is concerning. It is, in fact, that the Square Enix CEO is once again saying they are going to double down in 2023 on more crypto and NFT content, saying they want to go ahead and focus more on blockchain technology, despite the volatility that the blockchain had in 2022. The newsletter in 2023, Square president Yosuke Matsuda, which I most likely mispronounced, and quite frankly, I really don't care anymore, has said that blockchain remains the biggest focus for its medium-term investments, despite the volatility that the blockchain space had in 2022. According to videogameschronicle.com, Matsuda argued that the lessons learned and likely regulations to come could benefit the growth of blockchain field and its plans to develop games based on the technology. In terms of new business domains, we named 3 focused investment fields under our medium-term business plans. Among those were the most focused in the blockchain entertainment, which we have devoted aggressively towards investment and business development efforts. Looking externally, I think it's fair to say that blockchain gained significant recognition in the field in 2022, as evidenced by Web3 becoming a firmly established buzzword among business people. Look. Oh, he actually does talk about FTX. However, the year also saw volatility in the crypto space and NFT markets that tracked a dramatic shift in the macro economy described above. The latter half of the year particularly produced the somber string of news with blockchain connections, including the scandalous bankruptcy filing of FTX in November. In the wake of these developments, we hear rumblings of some countries of early moves of regulating such businesses more strictly. In Japan, meanwhile, the drive to encourage such businesses has gained momentum, led by the government. All right, here's what I'll say. Read the room. You colossal idiot. Read the room. You say you want to go ahead and make blockchain-based games. Name one that's had a future. These play-to-earn concepts, these blockchain-based games have all ended in abysmal failure for the same reason that you want to get in, because they were all viewed not as a medium for gaming, but as blatant greed. How's crypto doing right now? Oh, right. The game doesn't work. And even when it does work, even on paper, you look at it and its sole purpose is to milk money. Its sole purpose is to invest. That's it. It is nothing but a giant machine of conning other conmen and conning other idiots that are willing to buy in to this same kind of nonsense. The NFT market is dead. The value of NFTs has dropped drastically. Nobody trusts anything with the word crypto in it anymore. The instant you mention the word blockchain in anything, it is immediately rejected in its reality. If things are better in Japan, good. Good for you. The rest of the world shuns it. And I hate to break it to you, Square, you live in a global economy. Everyone wants to go ahead and believe, oh, don't worry. We can do well in our own backyard. We can do well in America. We can do well in just Europe. We can do well in just Germany. We can just do well over in just Canada. That's not how the gaming market works anymore. All of this is going to taint everything else that you're doing. Every single NFT and crypto based everything that Square did last year was shunned, rejected, and fell flat on its face. We got people excited for Parasite Eve. And then all the hype vanished into thin air the moment it was announced that it was a blockchain-based game. Oh, what about the NFT certificate for the physical cloud statue? Everyone laughed at it, and then everyone laughed even harder when you weren't promising that to exist for another 4 years. Look, I get it. It is hard to admit when you've made a mistake. But here's something you need to learn. Nobody wants this. Nobody wants blockchains embedded into their gaming. They have seen this technology used far too much to inflict pain. And that's not hyperbole. It has ruined lives. Promises of vast fortunes, of getting in early, and in the end, it's all speculative assets. All of it plummeted in value, or worse, used for straight up scams and caused financial ruin. Is that really what you want your company to be known as? The company that scammed their customers? The blockchain technology is interesting. It is. It truly, truly is. But the thing is that the way NFTs are right now goes against the very concept of what NFTs were supposed to be. A non-centralized way to show ownership. But the only way they work right now is with a centralized server, and since you're Square Enix, and you already have massive amounts of data centers, you can very easily handle a centralized system. And you're Square Enix. You can easily gain the trust that anything that an NFT would do, you can do centrally, no problem. Same thing with cryptocurrency. You could very easily do centralized systems. You already do it with Final Fantasy XIV. It's already there. With the Krista thing you always forget exists. Why have a blockchain? Oh, we've made it decentralized. You made a decentralized system that connects to a centralized system, thus making it centralized. It's all pointless. Completely and utterly. blockchain as it stands right now is burning. Web 3.0 is burning. And every single person at the lead of all these various organizations are trying to keep themselves in holding patterns because, well, the value of everything is dropping. And the trust in this technology is very, very quickly evaporating. You even acknowledge this with FTX and its scandals. Please, I'm begging you, as a fan of Square Enix games, stop being stupid. Pursuing more and more of this blockchain technology is idiotic. And it will lead a company with an amazing history and a fantastic and glorious rebirth when it thought everything was going to end long, long ago. That's where the name Final Fantasy came from. They thought it was going to be their last game. Their final one. And to let it die on something like this? I'm sorry. But this needs to stop. There's just no other way to view this. And hopefully at some point they do back away from it. I'm seriously hoping. But in the end, I got a feeling that Square needs to learn the hard way and not listen and take its own good advice. That's going to do it for me. Stay safe and stay healthy. In the meantime, I'm just going to continue to just watch Square continue to just fall flat on its face, having blind faith in blockchains.